What was the most successful prank you've ever pulled? You remember the juicy fruit gum sticks? The ones with the wrapper? I would carefully open the gum and save the wrapper. Then I would carve a piece of soap to look like the gum, re-wrap it and give it to my sister. The kicker was that after she first put the gum in her mouth and discovered it was soap, I'd laugh and then offer her a real stick of gum as an apology. That second stick was also soap. She fell for it. That's a lot of dedication to make someone eat soap, twice. After seeing the movie Poltergeist, I thought it would be funny to put all the chairs up on the table stacked all weird and then open all the cabinets in the middle of the night. I thought it would be harmless and my parents would get a laugh out of it. Nope. They believed, 1000%, that it was a ghost we had in the house and it didn't even matter that I told them the truth, they choose to believe it was the ghost. I'm not sure why, but I think they really wanted to be haunted or something. And amp, #X200B. Update: I know all of you think my parents were pranking me back and I wish my parents were like that, but my mother is convinced, as well as my grandmother, that they're both sensitive to these things and my stepfather is a binge-watching ghost hunting show fanatic. Anytime something goes wrong in their lives, they're so sure it's the cause of bad spirits and cleanse the house with sage and it's littered with protective crystals. Neither one of them seem capable of playing a prank for this long as it's been almost a decade and they seem so dedicated to the idea of them being haunted. So much so that they bought my lil bro, now 9 years old, a pendulum necklace that's supposed to locate spirits in the house. I once asked them if they ought to just go to church if they thought a bad spirit was attached to them and my mom straight up laughed and said it was bigger than God. Why is it so darn threatening to see all the cabinets open in a kitchen? I don't know if this counts as a prank, but my dad is a huge fan of the series Scrubs, and there's a gag where a character puts a pancake in the silverware drawer and this exchange happens. Why is there a pancake in the silverware drawer? You mean why is there silverware in the pancake drawer? So, just for laughs, I made pancakes and put one in our silverware drawer, waiting idly by in the kitchen for him to need a fork or something. I watch all giddy as he, confused, takes the pancake out and asks what's a pancake doing in the silverware drawer? Without missing a beat, I say you mean what is silverware doing in the pancake drawer? I didn't think it would actually work. He got a real kick out of that. A+ harmless prank. People get to eat pancakes. Scrubs. Sharing a moment with your dad. A successful but unsuccessful one. I saw a friend walking ahead of me, so did the old tap on the shoulder but run past on the other side maneuver. However, while concentrating on him I didn't see the park bench, ran into it at full speed, and collapsed behind it. Through the gaps in the seat I could see my friend looking left and right, almost freaking out, wondering who had tapped him in the shoulder. The tears from the pain in my leg kept me from laughing and giving myself away for about 20 seconds. Task failed successfully. Cooking at school, different parts of the menu were prepared by different people. The girl tasked with the fruit salad was having grapes when I passed her, so I commented that she wasn't peeling them. Were we supposed to do that? Of course, didn't you listen? Asked the teacher. A long time later, I had already forgotten the matter, not expecting to be taken seriously. I heard our teacher yell, "Anita, what are you doing?" Poor girl was almost done peeling a pound of grapes. I was eating grapes at the school I worked at in Korea. A teacher walked in and said, "What are you doing?" "I'm eating grapes." "Without peeling them?" "Yup." Wow. That's so convenient. 1998 I was in 4th grade and got my hands on a universal remote watch. At the time it was super high-tech and nobody had heard of such a thing. I would sneakily turn the classroom TV on every 5 minutes. The teacher, who I despised, was convinced that ghosts were in the room. She unplugged it after the 3rd or 4th time. We told our tech-illiterate teacher to hold the power cord higher so the energy would flow better. She complied. This was in about 5th grade. I was sitting by the door and saw that a kid sitting by the window was copying all my movements. I made sure he actually was by making some weird movements and sure enough he was. Then I noticed that behind his head, close to his shoulder was an open window. I got the idea and swung my head as hard and violently as I could to the side. Of course he did the same also with a lot of speed and slammed his head into the window super hard. He whimpered and went home early because he had a headache. I felt pretty bad but now every time I remember it puts a grin on my face. Sorry Tom. Edit, for these of you wondering swang isn't a cool word lol. I wanted to put swung there but I liked swang more, embarrassed smiley face. It's okay, the seizures eventually tapered off. My late husband was a weather nerd and loved inclement weather. One time I was home alone and a huge storm was imminent. I taped the weather warnings. A few days later it was a beautiful sunny day, not a cloud in the sky. We were watching TV and as soon as he walked into the kitchen to fetch a beer, I started playing the warnings. It was so funny. He kept running outside to check the sky. I laughed so hard, and so did he when I fessed up. This is so cute smile. When I was 13 I told my mom my alarm stopped working and asked her to wake me up in the morning. So I stayed up until she went to bed and snuck downstairs. I took a jar of Vaseline and put the Vaseline on my doorknob and went to sleep. The next morning my mom woke me up, by screaming, "What the fuck, who does something like that? You just gave me a wonderful idea." I bought $100 worth of Pepsi cans and hid them around my roommate's room. He moved out in August and he's still finding them.